I was in the market for some full range speakers, there was no doubt in my mind after hearing BASSBOSS. I had the first edition and now I'm currently an owner of the MK3s. I use these primarily for small bars, and when I say a small bar, I really don't mean small at all. I've used these for outdoor events. I've used these for weddings. I've used these for speech. And I have always been satisfied with what came out of it. The low end is great. The high dispersion is great. It has a very long throw, and it's also very wide. So whereas I had people sitting to the left and right, the clarity of the sound was immaculate. I've noticed that when I use the speakers and I put them on a tripod, and if I get them up, right now they're at my face level, but when you get these things up to about 7 feet and you're looking for a good range of throw, that is the ideal height where you're not going to blow out the people real close to the speaker, and the people way in the back will receive the sound just as well. How do they sound? Well, I recall at the end of an event, not just one time, but almost every single time, 99% of the time. And of course, right now I'm speaking for the first edition because I just purchased these. But I did have these out at an event, and at the end of the event, the client comes up and it says, "Oh man, your sound sounds awesome." And I was like, thank you, of course. I didn't want to be facetious about it. You know what I mean? I didn't want to discuss how much they cost. You know, these aren't some low-end speakers, but you are definitely going to get what you pay for. On another occasion, I got the 2 speakers out, and I'm watching this guy. He was just a patron there at the event, and he's looking all around. He's trying to look under the table, and he asked me, he said, "Where's your bass at?" And I just looked at him. I said, "You're looking at him." I said, he said, "Get out of here." He said, "Those 2 speakers right there?" I said, "Those 2 speakers right there." I said, "There isn't a bass cabinet on the premises." So that's why I picked these up. All right, I recall another event where I used the BASSBOSS MK3s. This was an event that didn't really call for the thunder. Of course, there was no bass cabinet involved. We were just gonna run these full range. And it was an event where there was gonna be a lot of speaking, whereas the presets come in. Whereas on the first model, there was 4 presets, whereas that the MK3 now include 1 through 12, and they are seamlessly interchangeable, meaning when you press the preset, you're not going to lose any audio. So if you're in a situation where someone is doing a lot of speaking, I would recommend using the preset 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. If you're playing music that you want the bottom to be prevalent but didn't want to bring a sub, 1, 2, or 3, any one of those first 3 presets are great when you want the low end frequency to be felt and heard and pleasing to the ear. If you're in a situation where it's just going to be a lot of speaking and you want what they're saying to be intelligible, go with 5, 6, 7, and 8. And also these presets 5, 6, 7, and 8, when you additionally add a sub, you can take the load off of the full range, meaning you don't have to be at 1, 2, 3, or 4. You can actually be at setting number 8, and you can introduce almost any subwoofer that BASSBOSS provides. Okay, right here on the back of a BASSBOSS D12, it has an input level, meaning minus 72 dBs is completely off, and turning it all the way to ZPs with 0 dBs, which there's no restrictions, you're letting full sound through. Ideally, it is best to keep it at 12 o'clock, meaning you're not subtracting any sound or boosting any sound. So setting it at 12, you're getting a true read of what you're sending from the input signal. And that is the input signal on every BASSBOSS speaker.